Through the course of our podcast, we've been doing everything we can to make available all that you need to know so that you can make learning easy. We have seen again and again people that were studying sometimes hours a day being able to cut that dramatically. We want to say, no matter how easy we make it, it still takes application. It's a lot like building muscle. If you go to the gym, you're going to build muscle if you work out. If you sit around and hope and you have good ideas and you read about how to be better at building muscle, it's not going to do much. Learning is very similar. The application of the things that we're providing here will, over time, make learning easier and easier, will turn you into an excellent learner. And then we begin to apply that not only in school or for our career, but we're really looking at lifelong learning. How do we continue to apply ourselves so that we're continually evolving ourselves, so we're continually becoming more knowledgeable, more capable, and a better human being, and a human being that's even better at engaging in their world and contributing to our world. There is research and certainly a lot of examples of people that engage in learning over the course of their life, being happier, being more well-rounded, being more engaged in their world. We also see in the research that people that do lifelong learning, their brains hold up better. They have much less tendency to develop some kind of dementia or some of the other problems with brain aging. We want to go back for a minute to an interview that came out in one of our podcasts very recently. And think about that woman that we interviewed who started out as a poor learner and became a very successful learner using exactly the learn-to-learn process and using it over a number of years, and she became a really extremely good learner. We think everybody has the capacity to do that, but the reason we're mentioning her is one of the things that she has reported to us in interviews that haven't been recorded is how much she is sought out in the workplace, because the people that she is working for in a number of different situations over time all seek her out because they know that she can do anything. She has proved that she doesn't have to know how to do something going into it. She has proved that she is such a good learner that not only will she learn it quickly and very well, but likely she will excel beyond what anybody else that they have can do. We have, in a recent conversation with her, shortly after that interview was done, the boss that she has at work, the owner of the company, came to her and said, well, why aren't you on this particular project? And her response was, well, I want other people to have a chance to do things. I don't want to always take on everything. And her boss was like, yeah, we need you. You're on it anyway because we know how much you're going to bring to it. And that is a result of her having become well-educated and even more a good learner going into the future. You can have the same success. This gives her the ability to go pretty much anywhere she wants in the work world. She has been able to move between jobs and get exactly the jobs that she wants because she has proved her ability to go into any situation and take it to a new level. Some people would go, well, she's just particularly talented. Well, she is particularly talented because she's applied herself in these ways, and so can you. By becoming a good learner and sustaining that process, you become someone who can write their own ticket into the future. You can choose your directions. You can stay on the cutting edge of relevance and, again, write your own ticket. Your future can be ensured because you're the kind of person that can create your own business, or if you're working for others, that they will actively seek out. We hear from people that are hiring for big companies that maybe only 25% of the people that are applying for jobs are even minimally qualified. If you continue to apply what we're offering here, you'll be the kind of person that's in that top 1%, the ones that are actively sought out, paid the best, given the most opportunity, and allowed to set the direction for the companies that you're working for. Again, the woman that we were just talking about has been selected to be on the development team for the company, setting the direction for the company's future because she's forward-thinking and learned how to do that by applying the very techniques, the very approaches that we're teaching here. Again, this is not unique to her. It can be part of your repertoire. It can be something that you develop in yourself. Brains are to be developed. They come in their raw form, and the more that we use them, and the more actively we use them, the better they function. So many things in our world, the more we use them, the more they gradually run down. If we have a car that we use a lot, we have to do a lot of upkeep, and eventually we'll have to retire that car. Brains are just the opposite. The more we use them, the better they function. The more we use them in creative and unique ways, the more we engage in learning, the more the brain develops, the more synaptic connections are developed. When we look at Einstein's brain, the research that's been done on it shows that one of the main differences between his brain and the average brain is he has a lot more synapses, connections developed in the brain because he used it a lot. That is where the intelligence came from, is through use, through creative use, through doing exploration of our world in a way that promotes ongoing learning. One of the things that we encourage here at Learn to Learn is set aside time every day to learn new things and things that interest you. Every day set aside 10 minutes, set aside an hour, whatever it is that makes sense in your life. And do that and let the results of that accumulate over time. This is beyond what you're doing in the classroom. This is beyond what you're doing for work. This is just that unlimited following of your interest, your passion, and exploring what is out there. We talked in an earlier podcast, or several podcasts, about how to develop habits and how to develop good habits. This is one of those really important, maybe even essential habits to develop if you want to be the most you can be, if you want to be somebody that stands out in life, if you want to be different than those people that just sort of give up on life. They get to a certain level, they quit learning, they quit growing, and they just plateau out. Those are people that just sort of give up on their life. They go, well, this is good enough. And it may be for them. We're not saying it should be any different. Everybody can make their own choices. But consider the possibility of, if you apply what we're providing now and you become the best learner you can be, and you keep taking it further and you keep applying that learning, Who can you become? What's the vision you have out there of who you can be in 6 months, in a year, and 5 years, and 10 years, and 20 years? And then step into that and go, how does that feel to be that person? How inspiring is it? How engaging is it? How compelling is it? And use that to motivate you to continue to learn.
The more we learn, the better we are at learning, the brighter our future.